Hello everyone and welcome! It's your Yogi Uncle here, and today I've got a story for you. It's a tale that's been told for thousands of years, one that's close to my heart, about Ram Navami. Now this is the celebration of a legendary hero's birthday, Rama. But it's so much more than just a birthday party. It's this incredible epic, just packed with lessons about duty and sacrifice and doing the right thing. Things that are just as important for us today as they were way back when. So let's get into it.
And that's a really good question, isn't it? Why would we celebrate a birthday from so long ago? Well, the thing is, the story of Rama isn't just about what happened, it's about what it all means. It's like a roadmap for navigating some of life's really tough choices. So Rama to me, it's really a celebration of the ideals that he stood for.
Okay, so here's how we're going to walk through this incredible story. First, we'll start with the hero's birthday, of course. Then we'll dig into who Rama really is. After that, we'll dive into this huge central idea called Dharma and see how it was put to the ultimate test. We'll follow the story into a massive battle, and then, at the end, we'll pull out the timeless lessons that this epic has for every single one of us.
All right, so picture this. Our story kicks off in this absolutely magnificent city called Ayodhya. It was ruled by a really great king, King Dasharatha. I mean, this guy had it all, a booming kingdom, people who loved him, 3 wonderful queens. But there was this one great sadness in his life. He didn't have any children to carry on his legacy.
So, following the advice of his wise sages, the king performs the sacred fire ritual, a yajna, to pray for sons. And you won't believe it, but from the flames, a divine being appeared, and he offered a blessed nectar. The king gave this to his queens, and soon enough, their prayers were answered. Queen Kaushalya gave birth to Rama, the eldest, and his 3 amazing brothers, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna, were born to the other queens. That joyous day, the day our hero arrived, that's what we celebrate as Ram Navami.
So, who exactly was this prince? Well, Rama was way more than just the next guy in line for the throne. In this story, he represents something, a powerful idea, a concept that is the absolute heart and soul of the entire epic. Let's take a closer look.
And that big idea is Dharma. Now, I know this is a tricky word. There's no single perfect word for it in English. But think of it like this. It's a mix of your duty, of righteousness, of the moral law that kind of guides you to live a good life. It's about doing the right thing, not just for you, but for the good of everyone and everything around you. And the Ramayana, it's basically one giant exploration of this very idea.
And what's so fascinating is that the story shows us that Dharma isn't just one simple rule. Nope, it changes depending on your role in life. There's the duty of a king, the duty of a son, a husband, a brother. The real genius of this story is how it shows what happens when these different duties crash into each other. I mean, what do you do when your duty as a son is in direct conflict with your duty as a king?
And that question leads us right into the main conflict of the whole story. Just as Rama is all set to be crowned the new king, his entire life gets turned completely upside down. And it's all because of a promise his father made a long time ago. This isn't just a simple plot twist, it's a huge moral dilemma that's going to test everything Rama believes in.
So here's what happened. Years before, King Dasharatha had granted his favorite queen, Kaikeyi, any 2 wishes she wanted. Well, thanks to some bad advice from her maid, she decides to cash them in at the worst possible moment. Her demands are just devastating. First, she says her own son, Bharata, should be king instead of Rama. And second, that Rama himself must be banished to the forest for 14 long years. And this just perfectly shows you how complex this story is. King Dasharatha is totally trapped. His duty as a king, his Raja Dharma, means he has to keep his word. And for Rama, his Putra Dharma, his duty as a son, means he has to obey his father's command, even though he knows it's tearing his father apart. You see, the story often isn't about right versus wrong, but about choosing between 2 different rights.
Now, when his brother Bharata, who absolutely adores Rama, finds out what happened, he races to the forest and literally begs Rama to come back and take the throne. But Rama? He doesn't budge. As he says right here, his commitment to his dharma, to his duty, is absolute. He is going to honor his father's promise no matter how much it costs him personally. And so, with his loving wife Sita and his loyal brother Lakshmana with him, he starts his long exile.
So now, the story's focus shifts. It moves from this internal, moral battle to a very real, external one. Out there in the forest, Rama's journey puts him on a collision course with the forces of greed and pure evil. And this all leads to a legendary war that will literally decide the fate of the world.
Everything changes when the powerful demon king Ravana sees Sita and is overcome by greed.
He kidnaps her and flies her off to his kingdom of Lanka. And that one terrible act kicks off this epic search. To rescue her, Rama and Lakshmana team up with an army of monkeys, led by the noble Sugriva and the incredible devoted Hanuman. Together they build a bridge, an actual bridge across the ocean, to get to Lanka and wage war to bring Sita home and restore Dharma.
So after all the battles are fought and the dust settles, what's left? Why does this story still matter so much thousands of years later? Let's take a minute and unpack the epic's final, powerful message.
This quote from a modern scholar really just nails it. The entire epic, from start to finish, is this powerful argument that living by Dharma, living by your principles, by your duty, is the only way to achieve anything truly worthwhile. Rama's entire life is a testament to that idea.
And when Rama finally returns to Ayodhya victorious, his rule is known as Rama Rajya. And this becomes the benchmark, the gold standard for a perfect kingdom. A place run not on power or money, but on justice, peace, and dharma, for every single person. It's the ultimate reward for his unwavering commitment to doing the right thing always.
So what can this ancient story teach us right here, right now? Well, it reminds us to put our duty and our responsibilities before our own desires. It shows us the incredible strength you can find when you face tough times with grace and integrity. It celebrates the amazing power of loyalty and friendship. And maybe most importantly, it gives us this timeless message of hope, that in the end, good will triumph over evil.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. The story of Rama is kind of like a mirror, right? It reflects our own lives, our own struggles, our own choices. And it asks us a really fundamental question, one that's just as important today as it was all those years ago. In a world that's full of tough choices and conflicting pressures, what is your duty? What is your dharma? Thanks for listening.